How you doing, folks? My name is Brian Burke, and I work for Coldwell Banker Residential Brokerage. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch this quick video. I know you've been getting inundated with phone calls and mailings and so on from other agents promising to do a better job for you. What I'd like to do quickly is just basically go through some of the things that I do in order to differentiate myself from all the other agents out there. And basically, when I meet a seller for the first time, I explain to them this. When agents come in and talk to you, they're going to say, I put you in the MLS, I put you in the Realtor.com, I put you into Trulia, Zillow, and all these other larger companies that a lot of buyers are actually looking through to find their properties. But when you break that down and you look at, okay, well, how does that exactly work? Well, as long as you put your listing into the MLS, all those properties will syndicate out to all those companies. Therefore, you don't have to do anything. It's done automatically. So there is no differentiating yourself when you look at it from that respect. What I do is I look at the communities that I work in, that I live in, and so on, and I look at the keywords that buyers would be typing in if they're looking for property in your particular neighborhood. So I'm researching those keywords. I'm creating videos, virtual tours, articles, blogs, and so on, using those keywords in concert with those articles and blogs, and then I'm syndicating that out online throughout the search engines, the Yahoo, the Google, the MSN, in addition to everything that's done automatically. And what happens is, when somebody is searching for a property in your particular neighborhood, when I have those keywords associated with those articles and blogs and so on, your stuff will actually outrank all the other properties out there. So it will completely dominate the commercial companies, the other brokers, and the other agents out there because they're not using specific keywords related to those niche markets, such as your neighborhood, the associations, and so on. Then I like to take and look at some of the social media networks that are also taking place in this world, such as the Twitter accounts, the Facebook, the LinkedIn, the Active Rain, all those social media areas that people are involved in today's environment. And what I do is I take your video and articles and so on, and I'm also publishing those quite frequently so that who knows who's going to come in front of it to say, oh, I like that property, or I know somebody that may be interested in it. And there's thousands and thousands of people out there that are seeing that on a daily and weekly basis. And you never know where somebody's going to come in. So some of the things that, obviously the ways that I differentiate myself from the next person is, number one, I work with Coldwell Banker, or work for Coldwell Banker, the #1 real estate company out there. They have a wealth of resource, they have a wealth of tools and strategies and all these great parts about the company that I'm involved with. So first and foremost, I work for Coldwell Banker. Then I create the keywords and I use that in concert with videos, virtual tours, and blogs, and publish that out there. And then I look at the traffic that's involved with all that stuff. So how many people are actually going to the videos, the articles, and so on. And then I report back to you on a weekly basis to show you exactly what's happening and why it's happening. So if you look at your particular property in a particular week and say, okay, it's been on the market for a couple weeks and we're starting to see it now decline in traffic. Well, is it based on the season? Is it based on a holiday? So we can use that as opposed to you know what, it's been on the market for a period of time, it's time to reduce it without any explanation whatsoever. So at least you have something to quantify the number of people there, and we can use that to our benefit instead of just saying, okay, it's time to reduce it because. So I use those traffic reports as a tool, as well as some of the other social media networks out there. Now, some of these strategies and techniques have been so successful over the last couple of years that not only am I able to position them in ways that other people aren't, I'm actually bringing in the buyers, and this has been so phenomenal for my business because last year alone, I was actually ranked number 7th out of more than 2,500 agents across Connecticut. And when you start looking at all the other agents that cover Hartford and Talon County, the areas that I focus my attention to, I was actually ranked 21st out of more than 12,000 agents, and that's throughout all the other companies. And it's certainly not to brag, but to be able to demonstrate some of the things and ways that I'm able to position my clients' properties in places that other people aren't doing. It's just a matter of being very motivated, being very dedicated to the marketing efforts, because I want to be able to say that I'm doing things in ways that other people aren't. Now, I know you've probably been through a lot over the last few months, recently with your listing, and I definitely feel for you. But I know that some of these techniques and strategies, if they worked for some of my other clients, I know they could work for you too. If you just give me an opportunity just to sit down with you for a few minutes, just to explain to you a little bit more detail on how the syndication works and how I'm able to position the properties, I'm sure you'll agree with me. And certainly if there's anything I could do, any other questions or whatever, please feel free to contact me anytime. I'm always available. If you want, you can actually leave your contact information on the form that's on this page here, and I'll get back to you immediately, and we can set something up. I'll go through everything, and let's see if we can get your household in a reasonable amount of time as well. Thank you for taking the time once again, and I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.